This is Dreamvisions 7 Radio Network.
Are our dreams just random images fired from an unconscious brain during sleep? Or something much more important, like life-saving inner guidance? How dreams can be healing and early warning tools for disease, financial crisis, or success. And love is still one of the behavioral science's greatest unanswered questions. Hello, I'm your host, author Kat O'Keefe Kanavos. Welcome to Dreaming Healing, where dreams and cutting-edge scientific research meet on syndicated Dreamvisions 7 radio network. Dreaming Healing is every Tuesday at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern, with live shows on the first and third evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, when you can call in and ask Kat questions about your amazing dreams. Talk on air. Call toll-free, 833-220-1200. That's 833-220-1200. Come live your dreams out loud with Kat.
This is Dreaming Healing on Dreamvisions 7 Radio Network, and I'm your host, Kathleen O'Keefe Kanavos, but hey, my friends all call me Kat, so I hope you will too. We have an incredible show for you tonight. We have Reverend Rachel Love here with us, and she and I both are going to be talking about some very interesting things you can do with meditation using tuning forks, dreams, and in my case, swordfish. So we're going to get to that, but first, I'd like to start with our meditation. And one of the reasons that we do that is I want to make sure that you're safe whenever you're with me, because we get into some pretty deep metaphysical things, and I want to make sure that you have your spirit guides, guardian angels, your sacred bubble all around you. So we do the meditation for that reason. And it stays with you until the next time we're together. And then in case there's any holes poked in that bubble during the time of now, and then when we meet again, we do the same meditation, and all of those little poked holes are immediately healed. So you're always in a very safe place, and you can carry that bubble around with you, forever. I used to do this meditation every single night when I was going through cancer treatment. And for those of you who might be with us for the first time, I'm a 3-time breast cancer survivor, and I had to take chemotherapy and radiation twice. So what I would do is this meditation every night when I would go to sleep or before I went to sleep, and I try to stay awake while I was doing the meditation. But I figured if I fell asleep while I was doing this meditation, I would fall asleep in a state of grace, and it would just automatically happen. So for those of you who are new to me, if you're just listening to this show and you'd like to see it, you can go to my website, which is KathleenO'KeefeKanavos.com, which I know that's a lot, or you can just search Kat, the Queen of Dreams. And the reason you've got to put Kat in there is if you just type in the Queen of Dreams, it's going to take you to a marijuana page. It didn't used to do that, but now there's all these marijuana pages all over the internet. And so if you want to find my website, type in Kat, K-A-T, the Queen of Dreams. You'll see my website. Click on that link. You'll go to my website, and at the very top, there will be a number of little black things you can click on, and click on the one that says Radio Network, Dreaming Healing Radio Network. Click on that, and it will take you to my website page on Dreamvisions 7 Radio Network. And look for the little box with the little antennae, and that's YouTube. Click on that, and you get to watch me YouTube live right now. You can also watch me, this is new, Dreamvision 7 Radio Network on all the social media locations. So, and that's live. So you can watch right now if you're just listening and you want to watch this show, because I'm going to be showing some things that I'm going to be reading dreams from, and I'd love for you to see our guest, Rachel, Reverend Rachel Love. So if you're driving in the car, don't try and watch this. You can always go to, again, from my website to Dreaming Healing on Dream Vision 7 Radio Network. Click the archives, and you can either listen if you've already watched us, or you can watch if you've listened. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to be taking 3 deep breaths in. We're going to hold them. We're going to blow them across the room into the purple flame of Saint Germain, where they're going to be converted into golden light so that we're not littering. It's going to be converted into golden light. It's going to go all the way up to the pearly gates, turn around and come back down at the speed of thought, which is the fastest speed there is, and fill our body with golden light. And in the end, we will create our mirrored protection bubble. Okay? So I want you to get really comfortable in your seat. Just kind of feel yourself relaxing. Feel your shoulders relaxing. Feel yourself sitting deep in that seat. Feel your ankles and feet relaxing. And take a deep breath in. Hold it. Imagine any negativity that you may have seen this week. Go into that breath of life and blow it out across the room into the purple flame of Saint Germain, where you see it converted into beautiful golden light, where it goes up past our clouds, past the stars. It's heading up to those pearly gates, past all the planets, hits the gates, makes a U-turn, and comes right back down at the speed of thought into your 7th chakra, and fills your whole body with warm, tingling, golden, healing, protective light. Feel it going from your nose all the way down to your toes, just tingling. Again, deep breath in, hold it. Imagine any negativity you may have done this week, caught up in that breath of life. Blow it out, rid of it, into the purple flame of Saint Germain, where you see it again converted into golden light, goes up through the sky, through the clouds, through the stars, past the planets, makes a U-turn at the pearly gates, and comes right back down into your 7th chakra, fills your whole body with healing golden light. One more time. Deep breath in. Fill up the bottom of your lungs. Imagine something negative you've been carrying with you since childhood, caught in that breath of life. Blow it out. Empty your lungs. Get it out into that purple flame of Saint Germain. See it once more going up past the clouds, past the stars, past all the planets, Jupiter, Venus, all of them, up to the pearly gates. Just bounce, all that light just bounces off of those gates and comes right back down at the speed of thought into your 7th chakra, filling your whole body with beautiful, tingling, healing golden light. From your nose to your toes, feel your legs tingling. Now I want you to imagine holding a power gift, and a power gift is anything that contains love. Your favorite stone, your favorite piece of jewelry, your favorite deceased pet, or even still living, shrunk down into your hand. Anything that holds love is your power gift. Imagine swinging that gift all around your body, and as it swings, it creates this beautiful mirrored bubble from head to toe, shoulder to shoulder. You're standing inside of it, filled with golden light, Only that which is of the highest and best, brought by your spirit guides and guardian angels, may enter that bubble. Everything else is reflected back from whence it came. We wish it so, and therefore it is. When you're ready, kind of open your eyes, feel yourself coming back into your body. If you need to, put your hands in the prayer position, push on them. Feel yourself coming back in, because this is all the pressure points in your whole body right here in your hands. And when you press on them like that, you're doing more than praying. You're actually awakening your body, bringing yourself back into self after a long meditation or even a short one that's intense. For those of you who aren't ready to open your eyes, that's fine. Just stay where you are, and I am going to speak, and you can just listen to me, okay? So, what do dreams, tuning forks, chakras, and swordfish have in common? Well, our guest, Reverend Rachel Love, is a Reverend for Unity Worldwide, video podcast producer, author, and speaker who's making a difference in the world of health by using nature, faith, and aligning chakras for health and wellness. Reverend Rachel Love is here tonight to answer those questions. And if you want to learn more about her, her website is revlove.org, and that's REVLOVE.org. So welcome to the show, Reverend Love.
Thank you, Kat. It's always fun to be here with you. And I was picturing my spiritual gift, and I kind of giggled a little bit because I was thinking of my dog, and I started spinning my dog around. And he was looking at me like, "What are you doing to me?" Next time I'll pick something a little bit more appropriate for spinning around and creating protection globes. Anyway, it's my website. My main website is Reverend Love. The whole thing, REVEREND Love. But it doesn't matter. You just Google Reverend Love. You'll find me somewhere out there. And like you said, there's a bunch of weed distributors and stuff now when I look for the Queen of Dreams. And there was some porn stars a while back with my same name. So that confused people.
Oh, your porn stars in my marijuana.
Yeah, I think the porn stars have got too old to be porn stars anymore by now. It's been so many years. But when people first started looking for me, they find the porn star. And I got a few questions. And no, I don't think I can make $1 or $2 on that first thing.
Oh, that is so funny. So I gave our audience a brief description of what you do and what you have done and yada, yada, yada. So I don't want to be the one talking all the time, especially after we did the meditation and everything. So can you tell us a little bit more about yourself and what you're doing now?
Let's see what's going on. The Unity Minister, of course. I got the PhD now in philosophy and metaphysics. I've written about 20 some books. You can find them on Amazon. They're basically primers for metaphysical stuff, whether it's for healing or for learning more about the spirit, or even weight loss. I put a weight loss one on the two, which I've applied myself and down quite a few pounds, which got me into the thing I'm doing right now. And I've always been about metaphysics, about spirit, about the spiritual side of the body. You can speak health, and of course you can speak weight loss. You can speak a lot of things into your life, but at the same time, sometimes we're busy poisoning ourselves with that little bit of chocolate, which I almost had as my sacred gift when you did the anointing thing. Because I think in chocolate, it comes to mind quite quickly, I'm afraid. But poisoning ourselves with chocolate, processed foods, and different things, and even some simple supplements and medical medications and stuff they'd love to give us, especially at a certain age. So I started working on the natural pathway. And so I have a website now, the naturalpathway.com, which I'm working on some videos and stuff for the simple exercises to help you as far as reducing stress. And I did one today on tuning forks, which is our subject today, which I brought one of my tuning forks here. Well, I'm sitting in my office. I got everything I need.
That rocks. Look at that. That is huge. Oh my goodness.
I don't know if you can hear this. You can hear it. I don't know if it comes through or not.
No.
Maybe not. Okay. But tuning forks. Now, what's the big deal about tuning forks? It's just part of a healing modality. Like anything else, we have the acupressure, we have certain spots where the meridian channels through our body. As you mentioned, the fingers and stuff today, also our toes. And there's different spots all along our body, which are channels for the meridian channels. And they are directly connected to particular parts in our body. So if you have a blockage or some issue in a particular part of the body, it's that channel, that meridian thing going through your body that sometimes gets plugged up, a little sluggish or different things. The tuning fork could be used to actually set on the body, hit it, set in the body to that point, and send vibrations down to kind of clear that out. It can also help you center yourself by the tune of the way it sounds. So it's part of a sound healing and also a pressure point type healing. And it has lots of different uses. And I'm really kind of new at it. I mean, I'm used to the acupressure and the different things, and I know about the different spots. And of course, prayer, right? Prayer, meditation. I've been doing that forever. But the actual touching the body and touching the different points and working that kind of stuff to help balance everything. Now, here comes the other part. It's the natural supplements and stuff that we need because our food's missing certain minerals and different things because of overprocessing and over farming. So I'm afraid we have to add a few supplements, some minerals, different things in order to kind of make up what we're lost. That's what I'm studying now, trying to take the, the mechanical aspect of healing along with the spiritual part of healing, put it all together so I can do a package where I can really help people make a big difference in their life. And of course, I'm still making mistakes. I'm still learning. We all do. And I've done a few dumb things, which has caused me the chance to really work on repairing the damage I did to myself or preventing the damage.
That's called life. I mean, you can't get through life without doing some damage. It just doesn't happen. You've got to do some damage.
You can't learn. Most of the time, you never really learn until something has a little discomfort to it. Like, no matter how many times you tell a kid, don't touch the fire because it'll burn you, they put their hands in it. Well, you think at my age, I quit putting my hand in the damn fire, but there it is.
Over and over again.
Let's learn that lesson again. It's simple things that we know and we should practice. But for some reason, we get into things. We're busy and we forget. So right now I'm on a 21-day reminding myself to do the breathing.
And how do you do that? How do you remind yourself?
I put it on my computer because I spend so much time on the computer that it's right there. Okay, I will do that. So a few minutes, 4 or 5 times of doing the breathing exercise, maybe listen to flute music after a little bit, just to reduce the stress because I'm a bit of an overachiever sometimes. I mean, I did write 25 books and 20 some songs and about 30 different websites and some shows, not to mention taking my dogs for a walk, trying to move from Florida. I'm in Oklahoma now. So I'm a bit of an overachiever and I need to stop sometimes and let the body catch up. Because if you don't, the stress will eventually get you. It will allow your body not to fight off the things that normally it wouldn't bother you. So I think I've covered almost everything quickly, but let's take it apart. I want to talk about swordfish.
Okay. So one other question though, since you've now gotten your PhD, do we now call you Dr. Reverend?
It's pretty involved, isn't it? You can just call me Rachel, but you can be Dr.
great.
Reverend. It makes the books look more impressive. You know what I mean?
So you're actually Dr. Reverend Rachel Love.
Yeah.
I love it.
My friends encouraged me to keep going. I just had the master's and they said, you need to go further. And I was thinking, I'm getting kind of old for that. But, actually I enjoyed learning. I enjoyed the classes. And right now the natural path classes, they're a challenge. I'll tell you, they're a challenge. I knew a lot about natural healing, but when you're studying it every day or so, and it's good for the mind to keep active. So I'm learning another.
So are you actually teaching the tuning forks, or are you just learning it yourself?
I'm learning it, and I started applying it. Of course, what I learned, I shared online already.
So do you bonk yourself with the tuning fork, or what do you do?
There's the pressure points that you can do, that you can touch and help heal yourself. And of course, you can take 2 of them, and it's kind of fun. It goes back into sound therapy, right? So you take 2 of them, and you can listen to them this way. It just kind of helps you get to a place of, it's like amazing. It's like instant meditation, just the sound as it aligns.
Now, is that a microphone in front of you that I'm seeing there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there some way you can bonk those together? And
I don't think you can.
a little bit, we heard it. Can you bonk them together and do it again? Yeah, I'm not quite hearing it, but I believe you.
Not quite doing it. It's very intense, and it vibrates, and it's very intense to your hearing, but the microphone's not working. But anyway, there's a whole procedure where you, for a whole body stuff to kind of center and get back, and that involves going down your back, your spine, on both sides of your spine, down eventually to your toes, your feet.
And so can somebody go out and order those tuning forks and do it to themselves?
A lot. You can't do everything yourself because you can't hardly reach some of the spots, but you can do a lot. Nothing else, just the sound of it, meditating and relaxing, let it go through the hearings and stuff. There's different parts on the fingers, the hands. There's a lot you can do. You can learn the acupressure points and then put the end of it where that point is and go down the meridian path. And okay, you know how acupressure and acupuncture works. The different points on your body where the meridian channels go through. If you irritate it a little bit, if you stir it up a little bit, it causes the body to respond to it, and it sends all the different cells and stuff to the area because it senses an injury or it needs some help, right? So when you stick a little pin in, it's basically hurting you. It's causing an injury, and your body responds to it, but that clears out the channel. But you do the same thing by rubbing on it, make a little friction. You can do the same thing with the vibration from the tuning fork. Without
so, Rachel, we've got to take a quick break, but when we come back, maybe you could do it and hold your arm up and show our audience exactly where you're putting it, or if you're going to put it somewhere on your head, just do a couple for us. Can you do that when we come back from break?
Well, yes.
Okay. All right. So don't go away. We're going to come right back. You're listening to Dreaming Healing on Dreamvisions 7 Radio Network.
What if dreams can diagnose your life? What if we can meet the love of our life in dreams? Join host Kat O'Keefe Kanavos, the #1 internationally best-selling author of Dreams That Can Save Your Life, written with Duke University medical doctor Larry Burke. Dreaming Healing is where we'll explore dreams, research, and interpret dreams from you, the caller. Dreaming Healing shows can be heard every Tuesday at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern, with live shows on the first and third evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific Time on syndicated Dreamvisions 7 Radio Network. Come live your dreams out loud with Kat.
Are miracles real? Can you move from mayhem to miracles? 30 prominent authors say yes as they share their high fives and down lows of challenges, abuse, addiction, and love. Experience hope, the magic elixir of miracles, through the personal stories of New York Times bestselling authors James Redfield, Dr. Bernie Siegel, Sister Jenna, Reverend Temple Hayes, and many more. If you like bestsellers, chaos to clarity, and crappy to happy, you'll love crying and laughing through mayhem to miracles. Sacred stories of transformational hope. Available now on Amazon and in bookstores worldwide.
Did you know that every word you speak matters? What you say and how you say it can make or break a relationship or shift the outcome of any situation. Are your conversations making a difference? Faith in God, gratitude, authenticity, and giving are Teresa Velarde's heart. It's in this spirit that she's focused on making a difference in the lives she's blessed to touch. Conversations That Make a Difference is now on syndicated Dreamvision 7 Radio Network every Tuesday at 5 a.m. and 5 p.m. Eastern Time, with live call-in shows every first and third Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern.
In a world facing annihilation, a miraculous African nun rises to become the first female pope through a web of war, murder, and betrayal. Loved by some, hated by many, she becomes the deadly target of Islamic terrorists and her own cardinals as she introduces a new vision that will either save humanity or accelerate its destruction. 4 people must race against a nuclear holocaust to learn her astonishing secret. Pope Annalisa is available at petercanova.com, Amazon, and other online booksellers and bookstores worldwide.
This is Dreamvision 7 Radio Network, uniting mankind with universal love. Our shows are created from the heart, bringing each listener to a place of divine enlightenment. Breathe, relax, and enjoy. Let life flow.
Welcome back to Dreaming Healing on Dreamvision 7 Radio Network. I'm your host, Kat Kanavos, and we have Dr. Reverend Rachel Love with us tonight, and she's talking about the tuning forks, which are important because I actually had a dream when I was going through treatment with them, which I'm going to get to next. But I just wanted to actually see, so I'm hoping she can show us, what are you banging the tuning forks on?
Okay.
Are you banging them on your hand, on the table?
No, I have a pad on the table. You can also use something like this. And if you're doing a client, I have a pad you can put on your knee, so you can just tap it as you go along. But basically, it's a simple click, and then there's a spot here. This reduces stress right back here below.
Put it up a little high because we can't. Okay, there. Okay.
Right there.
Okay.
Here's the bruises. That's from some IVs at the hospital. Right, that's the stress one there. It's really easy. You know, you do it a few times. Point right, that pressure point right there.
Okay.
Another one's good is the back of the head, back here.
Okay.
And these are just simple ways to take away the stress and pressure. I know this one here is for, on this side, is for your lungs. It's a meridian channel. You have meridian channels that go all the way down from down your neck, back of your head, down your arms, down your toes. I mean, you probably get the graph, especially if you're new at it, because there's so many. 40 something for one part. You know, one meridian channel has 40 some different places you can touch it to get it going.
Is there any place bad? Or do
No.
you have to worry about it? No, every place is good. So if you're just starting out, don't worry about that.
Yeah,
Every
it's gonna
place
be
is
fine.
good.
I said to you, it has many different stuff from sound healing to aligning your chakras to aligning your vibration with your cells to the pressure points. It's used in many different ways for many different people. It's amazing what the tool can do, and it is really kind of amazing how simple it really is. And I mean, everything, no matter what country you're in, whatever kind of culture you came from, we have some similarities, and we've been doing this for thousands of years in one form or another. You know, so whether you're pushing on a pressure point, where you're sticking a pin in it, where you're putting warm rocks or hot water or cold water on, you're basically hitting the meridian channels, and you're trying to get some movement, some healing going on. Even the simple stuff like the back, I do anointing oils. I do essential oils, and essential oils have various things they're good at. They're basically nutrients. It's a nutrient of the plant, the flower, or the tree, or whatever. You know, it's very small nutrients, very small molecules, and it absorbs through the skin. So sometimes we're just missing a particular nutrient in the body that we can supply with some essential oils to get it in the body where it needs to be. And there's some really fun tricks. Like there's a pulse setting on your arm here. You can put 3 fingers on feel your pulse, a deep pulse. The other, by using Chinese medicine charts, you can kind of see whether it's wood, water, whatever is causing the problem, whatever's out of line. Then you can add essential oils to bring nutrients back for that particular body part. And it's like really fun stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
and you can combine all of those together.
All together, and that's what naturopaths do. They take what needs to be done, and what I'm trying to do is share the knowledge I'm learning by putting it in websites, put it on YouTube and stuff, so other people could benefit from it. Just your everyday Joanne who is going through some stuff, and it wouldn't hurt for her to try a little essential oil or tuning fork, or
the tuning
or in
fork.
your case,
Yeah.
a swordfish.
I believe in those tuning forks, because this is out of my book, Surviving Cancerland, and it's chapter 27. And what this chapter is about is I had finally finished most of my chemotherapy, and I was doing really well. So the doctors were allowing me to go in to start my radiation. And so Peter wanted me to celebrate, even though I really, really could not eat. I really had no appetite. He wanted to take me to a really nice restaurant in Boston. So we went to Jimmy's Harborside, which has fantastic views of Boston Harbor. And we toasted with wine. And by the way, I found that if you drink just a little bit of red wine when you're going through chemotherapy, it actually stimulates your appetite. And I would actually eat my food, which I had to do because I was losing so much weight. So I was really enjoying that moment. And I remember giving thanks to God while I was drinking my wine. And then when I went home and went to sleep, that's when the real healing began, because I was doing the same meditation we were all doing at the beginning of this show, that same meditation. And I basically fell asleep in the middle of the meditation, but didn't realize I had. And what I did was I dreamed, but didn't know I was dreaming, that I was lying on the bed on my stomach. And these angels came in. Now, they did not have wings. I've never seen angels with wings. They were just very glowy, bright glowy. And they came up, and they took 7 pieces of swordfish that had been cut into triangles, and they covered each of my chakras with those 7 pieces of swordfish. And I remember in the dream going, how come that doesn't stink? I'm like, there's with swordfish on it. Why doesn't that stink? And then they put a dandelion with a big yellow flower on top of each piece of those swordfish. And then they clanged together the tuning forks that you had, and they went over every single chakra with the tuning forks all the way down my body.
Okay.
With the swordfish and the dandelion. Yeah. And I remember they then came up to me. I remember this part. And they lifted up my skin where my chakras were. Yeah. I was just lying there with a piece of swordfish, a triangle of a swordfish, a dandelion. One of the angels lifted it up, and it was just glowing inside. And she said, well, she's really cooking now.
Yeah.
So
I can see right now, the fish being oil, massage oil, which is really common with using essential oil. First, you put oil on so that it gets the body ready to receive what you're going to send. And then one of the strongest essence is flower oil, flowers condensed down, like rose and different things, are really strong healing. So with the fish could be hot or cold, which would open up receptors. The oil would bring the anointing and allow the essential oils to go in with the oil and go into the body. And so they were doing a healing with the tuning fork to finish up the process, which is kind of common with essential oils, is to do tuning fork healing afterwards. So they were doing some basic Chinese medicine on you.
And it felt so good. It really did feel so good.
Do you remember a temperature? Did it feel warm or cold?
It was warm. Yeah. It was very warm, but not hot. Yeah. It was warm. It just felt so good. And I have never tingled like that before in my life. And I remember when they put the swordfish on me, and I'm thinking, I'm watching because I'm kind of sleeping on my stomach. They're going down my back. They're not on the front of me. They're on the back of me. By the way, this is on page 150 of the book, if you ever want to read it. And they put those swordfish, and they were in triangular shape. Father, Son, Holy Spirit, the Trinity, the triangle, triad. See, triad, triangle, that kind of that play on words. And I remember it really, really feeling good. But when they hit those tuning forks, they clunked the two tuning forks together and went up and down all of my chakras, my whole body, all the way down to my toes, just vibrated.
They usually go down both sides of the spine, where the spine's in the middle, and it goes down the spine to the bottom to right above your hips, and it goes out. Is usually the pattern. And then they bring it back up again and back down again. And they use tuning forks at the end at your feet to make sure all the pathways are equal. It's kind of weird. They take the two tuning forks, when everybody's all finished, take the two tuning forks, hit them together, and put them on the center of your foot, the bottom part of your foot. And eventually, if you got it right, they both will hum together at the same vibration. First, it's off a little bit, but then pretty soon they'll align, and you can hear the sound become one. So that's why you know the energy went all the way down to the bottom, the ground. And then usually you anoint your ears a little bit to finish it off. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I was wondering how you're going to bring the fish into this. I said,
I remember as soon as I woke up, I wrote it all down. But what was also interesting was the dandelion. And they handed
flower
me
essence. Flower essence, very strong.
In another dream later, they handed me the dandelion. That's the second time I'd seen it. And they said, use this like a wand. Anything you want to change, you just tap it with your dandelion. So I remember when I would come back from radiation therapy, and I just, I was achy. I didn't feel good. My breast was kind of hot. I'd tap. I would imagine that dandelion. So when we were doing that meditation at the very beginning of the show, Rachel, my gift, my power gift is a dandelion always. And I use that dandelion to surround myself with that mirrored light. So what I would do when I got back from radiation is I would imagine holding the dandelion, and I would tap it 3 times on my breast. And when I would go back in, because you had to go every friggin' day, it was every day. I'd go in the next day, and they would say, well, it's going to get redder and more sore.
Oops. She dropped off. Hopefully she'll be back here just a second. I was thinking the flower essence might be something you should probably consider putting in a diffuser or something in your house. It doesn't have you have a connection with the flower essence. Well, darn. Well, I guess I'll
Am I back?
Oh, you were gone. I was just about ready to, I was saying.
I disappeared. And Rachel, we've done so many shows together that when we get into this real metaphysical stuff, and we're talking spirit guides, guardian angels, ghosts. And I just got a message from Dreamvisions 7 that says the angel got her back. It's not unusual for you guys out there in the audience for our phones to start talking to us. Our phones will turn themselves on and they'll answer a question that we ask. So if it happens again, don't worry about it. We'll be back, but you may see the lights start flickering a little bit, and it's perfectly normal. We're used to it. So
I was just saying, with your dandelion, you should probably get some flower essence to put in the diffuser or something in your house. Add that little extra layer of protection, because they obviously gave you the gift of the flower, and it's a medical use. I mean, it's great for healing.
Well, now I actually cook dandelions. What I do is I go to the health food store and I get the dandelion leaves and I boil them so that it gets the bitter out, but I save the water. And then I just kind of chop them up and I saute them in some really good olive oil with a little bit of onion and eat it. But I take the water and I make dandelion tea. I just add a little honey to it.
Oh, you got it covered. You're making your own.
I am. I'm making my own, and I drink it, and it's amazing. So I would go back into the doctors the next day, and they'd go, you're not peeling or anything. But by the time I finished my treatment, I never peeled. I never blistered. I was always normal. My breast was a little sore after treatment, but by the next day I was healed again. So there's something really special about the gifts that the angels give you because they come from God.
I just got out of a little predicament too that I got myself into, something running around here that ended up putting me in the hospital. They're asking me questions about what kind of medications I take. I don't. When's the last time a doctor? It's been a couple of years. I don't usually get puny, it's not normal for me. I will admit that I let myself get a little stressed and I wasn't paying attention. Those who do and those who teach sort of thing, I was like, I forgot some of the basic stuff. And so I got myself in predicament. But they said, what kind of medication? No, they were like, are you sure you're not taking this and that? No, I haven't taken any medication in years. Well, how about that? No, I don't take that. Well, do you do CPAP at night? No, I don't do CPAP. But do you have oxygen? No, I got this cold thing that I can't seem to shake, but otherwise I'm good. And then the next day or so, I'm off the thing, and they're like, well, you recover pretty quick. To be honest with you, I think the real issue was I was allergic to the medication they were giving me. And that's what was causing the problem. I take the medication, end up coughing, can't breathe and stuff. And I knew it was that because they were going to do another test. And I said, I'm allergic to that. I know for sure I'm allergic to that. We'll give you some betadine. They gave me the betadine and all the other symptoms went away. So I knew it was an allergic reaction to the medication they're giving me.
Some people are allergic to betadine. I know people are allergic to that. So I know. It's amazing. If I believe, that a lot of us are on medications. I'm also not on any meds.
Yeah.
But what will get me down and get me sick is stress. Yeah. And now, Rachel, there are so many people who are really stressed. So if you're watching this show, we're going to address that right now. We have the people in Florida. We have the people in Georgia, all the way up to the Smoky Mountains, still recovering from Hurricane Helena and Hurricane Milton. And now we have these humongous fires out here in California. So we have stress, which is on both sides of our country, that are like hands clapping. Everybody else is watching this and they're going, oh my God, they're getting stressed, even though they're not in the fire, they're not in the hurricane, but they have family who are. And I found that when I was going through college and I was getting my degree in psychopathology and psychology, I remember reading a study, Rachel, with monkeys. And what they did was they had, what's kind of mean, but they hooked one monkey up to electrodes, and they would shock that monkey. And there was another monkey beside it that didn't have electrodes. And every time the monkey beside the monkey with the electrodes would do something, they'd shock the monkey with electrodes. Do you know that the monkey with the electrodes on did not get ulcers? It was the monkey beside him, because he felt the stress of the monkey being shocked, and he was stressed by that. He carried twice the amount of stress. And
especially the people that are open to feel other people's emotions and energies.
Yes.
When you're a little different, when you're like you, the Queen of Dreams and stuff, when you're open to the spirit world more, you're also open to the energies and stuff of people around you, and you absorb that unless you're grounding yourself out and different things. So you can get vicarious stress from other people. As you're sharing, the monkey got vicarious stress from the one being hurt. Sometimes it's harder on the parent when the child is sick than the child itself.
Yes.
It's harder on us sometimes when we have loved ones that are being hurt and we can't do anything about it. So stress will kill you. It'll stop your body from functioning. It'll cause acid reflux. It'll cause your blood sugar to go up. It'll cause your heart to start acting out. Your food won't digest properly. You'll start getting some digestion problems. You'll start getting some toxic stuff in the food not being processed. On and on. You got to break the stress, even if it's just a simple breathing exercise.
Yeah. Let's talk about that some more when we come back, Rach, because we've got to take another break. I mean, this show's going so fast. Can you believe it? We're already going. Oh my gosh. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
What if dreams can diagnose your life? What if we can meet the love of our life in dreams? Join host Kat O'Keefe Kanavos, the #1 internationally best-selling author of Dreams That Can Save Your Life, written with Duke University medical doctor Larry Burke. Dreaming Healing is where we'll explore dreams, research, and interpret dreams from you, the caller. Dreaming Healing shows can be heard every Tuesday at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern, with live shows on the first and third evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific Time on syndicated Dreamvisions 7 Radio Network. Come live your dreams out loud with Kat.
Why are we here? How can we be happy? Questions asked from millennials to boomers. Crappy to Happy, Sacred Stories of Transformational Joy answers them using true stories of grit, grace, and love. James Redfield, author of The Celestine Prophecy, wrote in the foreword, "This book is a seminar about emerging truths and offers grounded solutions through the art of the comeback." Dr. Bernie Siegel, a contributing author, wrote, "Bodies die, but spirits and consciousness survive and recycle." So, grab some tissues, open your book, and prepare to cry and laugh till it heals. Crappy to Happy by Reverend Ariel Patricia and Kathleen O'Keefe Kanavos. Available from Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and booksellers worldwide. Have you met your physician within yet? The Nautilus and multi-award-winning book, Surviving Cancerland, Intuitive Aspects of Healing, is a memoir that takes you down the rabbit hole of healing dreams and interpretations, mixed with conventional medicine and treatments. Listen to the hookah-puffing caterpillar ask, "Who are you?" Dr. Bernie Siegel says Kathleen's story is powerful, honest, and eye-opening. Surviving Cancerland, Intuitive Aspects of Healing by 3-time breast cancer survivor Kathleen O'Keefe Kanavos. Buy the book and audio at KathleenO'KeefeKanavos.com and worldwide through Amazon and other retailers. Darkest hours to brightest moments, transformation from despair to happiness, and chaos to clarity. Real people, real pain, real healing. Life-threatening illness, death, abusive relationships, divorce, and overcoming addiction are challenges these men and women faced head-on. See how they emerged stronger and happier. Buy the new book, Chaos to Clarity, Sacred Stories of Transformational Change by Reverend Patricia Caginello and Kathleen O'Keefe Kanavos. Available on SacredStoriesPublishing.com and worldwide through Amazon and other retailers.
This is Dreamvisions 7 Radio Network, uniting mankind with universal love. Our shows are created from the heart, bringing each listener to a place of divine enlightenment. Breathe, relax, and enjoy. Let life flow.
Welcome back, everyone, to Dreaming Healing on Dreamvisions 7 Radio Network. I'm your host, Kat Kanavos, and we have Dr. Reverend Rachel Love with us tonight. And we were talking about chakras and swordfish and tuning forks. It was a wild show, and then we
Boston Mark and the Boston
melted
Bank.
the show down. And now what I want to do is talk about something that I think is really important at this time in this place, and that's stress and crisis. And one of what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a suggestion from my book. It's one of the survival keys when I was going through my health crisis, where I was possibly dying because the recurrence was 9 by 11 centimeters. It was pretty bad. And I learned, one of the things I learned was how to deal with crisis and stress. And so under my survival keys, I put allow change. Crisis is change. Allow that change. Crisis changes not only the person, but also the whole world around you. So embrace it, and form new habits. By changing your habits, new joyful patterns can take place. And they'll take the place of the tried and true patterns that are no longer working. And maybe they're not working, not because of anything you did, but because of the changes taking place. You lost your house. You lost everything you owned. You're no longer in your neighborhood. Those are changes. Those are stresses. Those are crises you cannot change. So by embracing them, moving forward, trusting in your spirit guides, guardian angels, you are going to emerge a stronger, healthier person. Because I truly believe, and I believe this because I went through it, if you don't, you could very easily become very ill.
Yeah.
So what are your feelings about that, Rachel?
I know you've gone through a house fire, you've gone through a couple of hurricanes, you've gone through a lot of changes, and the health stuff too with the breast cancer. You're a stronger, better person. I've known you now for quite a few years, and you have really become quite the expert when it comes to change and how to deal with it. And you've been encouraging people for years now, and so I admire that in you. I'm happy to be on the show. Yes, if you have to adjust to change, because everything changes. If things didn't change, we still be in diapers drinking a bottle, but we don't. We change, and we constantly change. You hit a certain age, and all of a sudden your hair changes colors on you, and not because you went to the beautician, but it does it all by itself. All of a sudden, the body changes. With age, certain decades, it just hits a button and goes, "Okay, let's do this now." It's like,
what
in the world? You pass a mirror and you go,
what's that? Flashes.
Yeah, hot flashes. Oh, don't get me going on that. But it's been a while now. Anyway, change is part of how it works. Even the seasons, winter, summer, spring, fall. Even the seasons change a little bit. Like right now, it was like 3 degrees out there, and Florida is looking at snow. Even the seasons themselves are not as they're different than expected. Things change, even the seasons themselves. But life is full of changes. It's just how it works. And if you don't like change, you're going to have a hard time. You're going to have to at least accept change. You maybe not fall in love with change, but you have to accept it. Because, how ridiculous would it be if we ran around in diapers and carried a bottle and went to Walmart? Wait a minute. I've seen that in Walmart videos. That person that
somebody embracing a different kind of change. We love them for it.
Not changing.
Dare to be different. Dare to be different.
Yeah. And so, your reality and your belief system makes a big difference in what happens in the world. And, I teach metaphysics. So what you believe will change everything about you, everything around you. It may not change everybody else's opinion about you. They might be looking at you kind of strange. No, I'm getting off the deep end here. No, we really do manifest what we believe, but we also have to deal with the realities. Like I said, I worked a lot in metaphysics in the spirit world, but now I'm also working in the supplements and the minerals and eating healthier and making better choices when it comes to that. Because we have to be honest. We can say all we want, but if we're filling ourselves up with chocolate and ice cream, we're going to gain weight no matter how many times we tell ourselves we're going to lose weight.
And throw our sugar off. You're going to throw your whole body. Too much of a good thing is a bad thing. So,
Yeah, the red wine's good. It brings iron and all kinds of good stuff within parameters. But too much of it, it's not so good. I can tell you when I was younger, in my early 20s, I know the consequences of too much red wine and the situations you might find yourself in and not remember very clearly.
Some things are better forgotten.
Yeah,
but that's okay. You embrace that change too.
Yeah. You hit about 30 and start saying, well, that's not really working very well anymore.
Yeah, it was okay when it was 30, but now you're 50. And again, you've got to embrace that change. And, the other thing that I found when you're going through crisis, I found that that you'll often feel like your body and your mind are working against you with anxiety attacks and constant changes in perspective concerning life. What was once spontaneous fun becomes a burdensome obligation. So embrace that change so that it doesn't become a burden.
Also, one thing I've been sharing lately is we come in all sizes and shapes.
We do.
Because of our environmental factors. These bodies are on this planet. They're affected by your ancestors, your DNA. They're affected by the climate. They're affected by the food source, your financial opportunities, your educational opportunities, disease, illness, injuries. All this stuff affects the way you look. We should not be so hard on people that don't look the way we think they should look, because they're a product of so many factors. We need to love the people, the soul, the spirit inside the person, and recognize that they're probably going through some struggles, but that doesn't mean we have to turn it back to them. And we need to love them just like we love ourselves, because that is the truth. We're all in this together. We're one big happy family, whether you like it or not. And if you hurt somebody else, you're basically hurting yourself, because you are part of that whole stream there.
That's right. We're all part of the universal oneness. When you hurt your neighbor, you hurt yourself. Just like when you make your neighbor laugh, it's contagious. You're going to laugh as well. Yeah. We've got to go, Rachel. This has been such fun. It's hard to believe, isn't it, that the show is already hit the point where we've got to wrap it up.
Also, we didn't have too many problems with the tech stuff, with us going off the air and coming back. Just had one instead of three. We don't have those weird warbles or anything no more. We don't have the weird things going off in the background. We don't have no cats on the desk jumping up and down or something. It's like, wow, this is pretty smooth actually for us, because usually we get this calamity.
Yeah. So I just want to remind everybody who is listening right now that we do have the Dreamy Writers Conference, Read, Write, Relax, and Get Published. It's Spirit at Sea, Dreamy Writers Conference Cruise. And the last one I did was to Baja, Mexico from San Diego. And it was such a great success that we're doing it again. And it's going to be August 24th through the 31st of 2025 in about 6 months. And it's going to Alaska this time, round trip from Seattle. And it's under $1,500 per person, with down payments that are 100% refundable up to 90 days or 3 months before we cruise. The days are spent in interactive workshops, organizing your writing, your books, your blog, social media promotions, and your dreams. And if you're interested, you can go to my website, KathleenO'KeefeCanavas.com, or again, Google Kat, the Queen of Dreams, and reserve your space now, because they are really filling up. We filled up the whole 5th floor with just our people who are going to the Dreamy Writers Conference.
That sounds fun.
And you can call Michelle at 800-658-6869 and ask for Kat's Dreamy Writers Conference. Okay? And hurry, because the early bird gets the cruise. And you are going to get an introduction to my agent and possibly end up getting published. So don't let this opportunity get away. Go to my website. And until next time, remember, everybody dreams, but some dreams save lives. Good night, everybody.
Namaste. Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining us this evening. And a big thanks to our producer. Tune in next time to Dreaming Healing for more cutting-edge research, live dream interpretations, and stories with radio host and award-winning author Kat O'Keefe-Kanavos. Listen every Tuesday at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern Time with call-in live shows on the first and third evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific Time on syndicated Dreamvisions 7 Radio Network. Remember, everyone dreams, but some dreams save lives. Live your dreams. Find more about Kat at KathleenO'KeefeCanavas.com. That's Kathleen with a K. OKEEFEKANAVOS. Or The Queen of Dreams on Google search.
This is Dreamvision 7 Radio Network, uniting mankind with universal love. Our shows are created from the heart, bringing each listener to a place of divine enlightenment. Breathe, relax, and enjoy. Let life flow.